True love, baby, that's what you give to me. Well, the big, the little, young and old, they all need someone to have and hold. When I made you, I found out you give me love and I can't forget. You give me a true love, true love, true love, true love, true love, baby, that's what you give to me.
George Harrison arrived in court this morning to represent the Beatles in their fight for the rights to a recording made 36 years ago. It was made when the Beatles were in Hamburg in 1962 by the lead singer of another band playing at the same club at the same time, who says John Lennon gave his verbal consent. George Harrison admitted in the witness box that often their Hamburg gigs could best be summed up as a lot of teenagers getting drunk and playing rock and roll. But by 1962, when the recording in question was made, the Beatles were much more professional. They had a manager and a record deal, and according to George Harrison, they never gave permission for this recording. While he was on the stand, George Harrison painted a colourful picture of the Beatles in their early days. He even described how he earned his place in the band by teaching John Lennon to play the guitar. This bootleg tape has already been the subject of court cases in the 1970s. George Harrison wants to establish once and for all that no one else has the right to exploit it for commercial gain. Katie Derham, ITN, at the High.
More than 700 people who were close to Linda McCartney and the causes she supported came as invited guests here tonight to the Church of St Martin's in the Fields. Among them, many stars from the music world, notably all three surviving Beatles. Hundreds of well-wishers stood outside in support. It was a service both of sadness and of celebration. Sir Elton John was one of the many familiar faces to arrive at the church. A cheer for former Beatle Ringo Starr, who managed to smile. But Beatle George Harrison was staying well covered. Joanna Lumley was there too to give one of the readings. And then the much-awaited arrival of Sir Paul McCartney himself with his family, ready.
What this is all about, but I think we've got the arrival of Sir Paul McCartney here. There is his daughter Stella and his other daughter Heather and son James. Obviously it's a very moving occasion for them, entering the church as a family. He's putting a brave face on it, but we know that Sir Paul has been greatly moved. There are a little cheer from the crowds for Sir Paul and his family. So that's it, that's probably one of the last arrivals here.
I know a lot of racing people from Formula One, and I'm interested in Formula One mainly.
He spent a lot of time and generated something that really sounds like it did then, except wrap around.
Lived the man who sailed to sea.
It's one of those songs that you can't get it out of your head once you hear it, you know.
What makes you think you're something special when you smile?
Yeah, I always liked that song. It's very good.
People go.
Look at all the lovely people.
The sound of the cellos in Eleanor Rigby. It's just amazing when you think it's... I mean, I said the cellos. There's only one. It's a string quartet, but it sounds like, you know, it was recorded so well. I wrote that one on the sitar. I got a local Indian bloke from London to play tabla on it. That was purely an exercise to get sitar and tabla into the Beatles. God is all you need, but as God is love, or one of the qualities, then yeah, it's kind of right.
The Submarine's uniquely surreal style came from the mind of designer Heinz Edelmann.
Heinz Edelmann was fantastic. He went off and created all these characters. And the dancing, it's kind of very French, 30s looking.
They said you've got to be in at the end of it.
Yeah, it was a great party. We brought back lots of lovely souvenirs.
That was the way of doing it, was ham it up.
Here is the motor, and I've got a little look.
All in the day's work for the Fab Four. We went in Abbey Road and listened to all the mixes with the surround sound, so that's really good. I mean, that makes a lot of difference. We spent a lot of time and generated something that really sounds like it did then, except wrap around. The animation was tailored to the music and the feelings that were about.
Well, lads, what do you think?
It was very new and very innovative.
I think.
Bad guys.
Blue meanies! Blue meanies!
Blue meanies?
Blue meanies! Oh, blue terrain there.
I like the apple bonkers, actually, you know, because they never say anything, do they? They don't. They just go along bonking people.
Sit a day, then George will be here.
That's how I was, that's how I am. I still am on a mountain in India somewhere, basically in my heart. The long-lasting result of what we did is, you know, the love and the nice sounds.
You can't talk to me.
It's us that are getting smaller. I want me mouth.
It's usually been a thing for kids. They've enjoyed it usually from about 4 or 5 years old. And I think each generation of kids enjoy it, just like they'll sit and watch, you know, Mickey Mouse or something.
We all live in the yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Yellow submarine.
I think Submarine is just one of those cartoons now that is there forever. I tell you, I'd go out and wait to see it coming past. If I knew when it was coming, you know, at the 4:30 Yellow Submarine. There it comes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty
It's 18 coaches long.